Good.
All right, this is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee, as if a man did flee from a lion, and the bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light?
And that's what's going to happen in the day of the Lord, man. It's darkness and not light. That's letting you know. That's why I say a man shall flee for a lion, and the bear should meet him. That's to let you know there's no escaping these plagues that's coming to this place, man. There's no escaping the famine of the food. There's no escaping the famine of the word. There's no escaping the hour of temptation with the RFID microchip, man, which is the mark of the beast. And if you a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and you take that chip, man, you done. There's no coming back from this. And also, you know what I'm saying, in all these storms, and especially the missiles, man. You know, them arrows that's going to be shot from all these other foreign countries, man. All that is the plague. You know, and the sword that Yahawashi is coming with in the day of the Lord, man. Keep on going.
Even very dark and no brightness in it. I despise your feast days. It will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
That's it. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, Yahawashi said, it's going to be darkness and not light, man. You know, it's going to be full of darkness, man. It's going to be death, pestilence, whole bunch of shit going down, man. Martial law troops marching down the streets, kicking in doors, rounding up your families. You know, so therefore, if you want to save your family, and you a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American men, this is what you should be doing.
I sent that to the wrong person, y'all. Don't worry about that.
Go ahead with your precept, Shop.
I was just going in to talk. He's talking about the hour of temptation, because he's going to set a place for the elect to be able to resist that hour of temptation. But you 2/3 of our nation and these heathens, they're going to fall subject to that vanity. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right, so all we have to do is just focus and believe on Yahawashi, and He'll create that table for us to eat off of. And in the midst of this destruction, in the midst of an hour of temptation, we're not have to worry about food, because He's going to feed us with His word. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding shall be the stability of that time. All right, because once you take that chip and you go to fill your belly, you're filling it to your destruction. All right, you're going to destroy yourself because of hunger. All right, because you have no understanding of what's going on. See, but He's going to solidify His elect, so they'll have a true understanding of what's going on, and they'll be well structured in that time.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep.
That's the way. That's the way. He said He'll in the midst of temptation, He'll make a way for you to resist the temptation. All right? And all that, what is that? Patience. Faith. Patience. Believing in the name of Yahawashi. That's how you resist the temptation. Like the elder just said, when you get into a weary spirit, look at yourself and examine yourself and look in the mirror and look until you find the spirit of Yahawashi within you. All right? That's how we make it to the next level.
Yep, and also if you can't do that, look into this mirror. Look in here and find yourself. Go ahead, come on.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Now He's going to put that upon the whole earth. Everybody is going to be subject to that chip. Subject to that. Except for them that have the mark. All right, what is the exemption from judgment? He's going to make a way and deliver them from that hour of temptation, because we believe and we have patience. He says, well, He's a God of long suffering.
This is the book of Sirach. I'm going to start at verse 12. Woe be to the fearful heart and fake hands.
All right, and He's going to test you. You got a lot of people that run around here and say, yeah, I believe in Yahawashi, Yahawashi. He's going to test your faith. He's going to test your faith, man. All right? And in that day, we're going to see who really believe in Yahawashi, Yahawashi. And who all just running their mouth. Keep going.
And the sinners that go two ways, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believed not. Therefore shall he shall he not be defended.
With disbelief. We were cut off because of disbelief. And that's what it says in Romans. We were cut off from our righteous olive tree because of disbelief. All right? And because of belief in Yahawashi, we're going to be brought back in. All right, this is Matthew.
Let's go.
Are you good?
Trust me, we're going to take you right back to that.
All right, this is Matthew 13 and 15. It says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. And when your heart's waxed gross, meaning your mind is full of philosophies, and your ears are dull of hearing, you can't hear or understand the truth. So you're subject to all the vanities that are brought through this world, man. All these philosophies that you're an unbalanced creature. Yahawashi, Yahawashi gives you order and balance. This world gives you unbalance. All right, you cannot bring both of them together, because what does the wicked have to do with the righteous? What does sweet water have to do with bitter? Keep going. And their eyes, they have closed. All right, so your third eye is closed. You can't concept the fact of a higher power being Yahweh and Yahawashi, the so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. You don't understand that. You want to say, oh, color doesn't matter, or the name doesn't matter. Because your ears are dull of hearing, because he tried to tell you the name, but he made your heart fat and your ear dull of hearing, so you wouldn't be able to hear it. Keep going. Lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them. Because you got a famine of the word coming, but if you think about it, it's been a famine of the word, because 2/3 of our nation aren't going to be able to hear. They won't be able to understand these scriptures. No matter how we try to tell them the name day in and day out, no matter how many times we try to tell them they're Israelites, no matter how many times we try to tell them so-called white man is the devil, they're not able to hear or understand that.
Right, and he said the word was of no private interpretation back in the day. And now half of these people don't even know they're Israelites. They had a great falling away, so yeah, family.
Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Because we saw it in the beginning. From the foundations of the earth, we were able to see and we were able to hear when we were right there with Yahawashi in the heavens, helping create this universe. All right? Walking the walk of faith. All right? Picking up our cross, bearing our burden. That don't mean wearing no Jesus piece. That means bearing the burdens of this world, man. Of this truth. And separating yourself from this world. Slakia. Verse 17. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desire to see those things which ye see. All right, so, and what are the one things? To see the return of our Savior, Yahawashi, man. What did Job say? Job said, my Redeemer liveth, and he shall see him in that last day. All right? And have not seen them. But we get to come back, because we were those prophets of old. And what said, the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets? All right, so we'll be able to see those things in these times. All right, but when we were back in those times, we wanted to see it. All right, but what did the apostle say? Hey, my Lord, have you come to restore the kingdom? You're like, nah, not yet. Keep going. And to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Because you have the prophets back in the day that were seers. All right? So they had to be able to hear in order to be seers. You see what I'm saying? But what did it say? Isaiah says, prophesy not unto me roughly paraphrasing, don't prophesy right things, prophesy deceit. They want smooth things. You want to bring it out? This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. And we hear that all the time. When somebody walks up and approaches them, hey, what is this about? And we tell them what it's about, and they just cast it behind. Oh, I don't want to hear that. Y'all teach you hate. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear smooth. They want to hear us come up here and say, "Oh man, Yahweh loves everybody. He's coming to save the whole world." They want to hear that bull crap. But when you tell them the truth, what they do? They despise it. Matter of fact, they say we teach hate, but they hate us for teaching the truth. That's where the hate comes from.
That go back into the scripture in Amos. It says, they hold up him that teach up in the gates. Amos. So they really hate, really 2/3 of our people, our own people, and also Esau and these other nations. They hate that we out here teaching the word, man. Right, teaching the truth. Right, they hate that.
But shows you what, they hate Yahawashi. Because he was the original one that was rebuking in the gates. Yep.
Yeah, everybody's gonna find out real soon that they hate they hate the Most High. It ain't us you hate, because we're not coming in our own name.
Where 2 or 3 gather, 2 or more gather in my name, I'm in the midst of them.
Yep.
So therefore you hate Yahawashi Yahawashi. Alright? What it says, despise not these little ones. Alright, it'd be better for you to cast a millstone in the sea. It's better for you to suicide yourself, man.
That's an old mafia trick. They used to tie cinder blocks to people's ankles and throw them in the ocean. So they couldn't swim. That was a hitman technique. They wanted to, and it was made to make a statement to scare the next person. All right. So then, if the Most High said it's better for a millstone to be tied to your feet, I mean, he's trying to show you something. He's trying to show you something. He said he's the king of terror. He John Gotti. He the Dundada. You know what I'm saying? But everybody despises his word and despises his ways except for his elect. The ones that are fighting for him, fighting for this word, fighting for this truth, guarding this word, guarding this truth. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
All right, but you only have a certain number of people that really love Yahawashi, and they're of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and confusion of faces will make up the children of Israel. But you have 2/3 of our nation that sold their souls to this so-called white man, the devil. I don't care if you're a black power activist. I don't care if you're Islam and you say the so-called white man is the devil. But by you separating yourself from Yahawashi, and cleaving unto, I don't care what type of doctrine it's from. If it's of the devil, you are of the devil. It doesn't matter if the doctrine states that the white man is the devil. You're still catering to the so-called white man. You sold your soul to him. All right? It just is what it is. But when we try to come tell you the truth, to bring you out of that hellhole that you're in, to revive you from death, this word is CPR. We're trying to blow the breath of life into your body. You cough it right back out, you gotta lay there dead. It doesn't make any sense. Keep going.
All right, this is Matthew 13 and 19. It says, when anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. And this is he which receiveth seed by the wayside. All right, so you got people that last about 30 seconds in the truth. They get the name, they find out they're Israelites, and they jump around, jumping for joy. And the first time they get affliction, all right, first time something happens to them dealing with this truth, they cast it to the side.
That's the next one.
Come on, keep going.
Verse 20. But he that receives the seed into stony places, the same is he that hears the word and with joy receiveth it.
Right, because that wayside represents, like you had this fertile ground, and you want to throw your seeds onto that soil, but they fall on the concrete. That's the wayside, the one that fell by the wayside. And then you got the other ones.
So therefore, the seed would never ever be able to be planted.
It wasn't planted.
Because your heart was so damn hard.
Stony heart.
Stony heart.
Your heart. You had a heart of concrete, cinder block heart.
Yep.
That's why your forehead is stiff. Can't nothing penetrate a stiff foreheaded person like your parents always tell you. You don't listen. You're hard-headed.
Right. Because it's not porous. No porous for anything to seep through.
Yeah, when you have pores,
it's sealed up with wickedness.
When you have pores, you have things that come in your pores and go out of your pores. You have to cleanse your pores. the word cleanses your pores, and you got to get all the filthiness up out of the pores, so the pores can breathe correctly.
And what happens when you season your meat? If you season it, seeps into the meat.
Ooh, and what's the best way to season your meat? All right, it's better, instead of using regular dry spices, it's better to marinate the meat. It's a type of liquid, water. Same thing with the mind. You got to let the word marinate in your mind to soften that mind up so you don't have a stony heart.
Right, meditate day and night.
Meditate these scriptures day and night.
Give it a flow. All right, verse 21. Matthew 13:21. Yet hath he not root in himself, but endure for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
All right, and that's the one I explained earlier. He gets offended because of the sake of the word, and then goes back into the world. And it's what does Scripture say? Woe unto them that go back unto Egypt for help. Bro, you just found the way out. It's like a dog turned to his own vomit.
Got a precept. Quick interjection. This is Luke chapter 14. I'm gonna start at verse 28. It says, for which of you intending to build a tower, sit not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, at least happy after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying,
check this out. Now you have a situation where you gotta pace yourself in this truth. Yeah, it gets exciting when you start learning stuff. All right, when the Most High gives you revelations, when he starts filling you with the Holy Spirit. But you gotta measure yourself, because you can easily become a novice. All right, and run out of gas in this truth. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy for that to happen, because you know what? You're basically. But you got a lot of people that gain knowledge just so they can argue. So they can present themselves as being smart to other people. So they can be pleasers of men. They like to hear people say, oh, he know that word. No, but that's not where it comes from. But then you have, on the contrary, you have men that don't need a reward in this truth. All right, they wouldn't care if anybody in this world said, they don't have to hear nothing from anybody in this world. But they know where the spirit that they have dwelling within them, where it comes from. They see the separation from this world. You start to see things more clearly. You start to pace yourself. You start to meditate on these scriptures. You start meditating on the name of Yahawashi. You start meditating on the spirit that's within you. Then what does that bring forth? That brings forth patience. You got to understand. Then you know, okay, it took this amount of course of time for him to deal with us in this way. Then you start getting the understanding. Then you sit back and watch the whole world just crumble. And you watch it with a smile on your face, because guess what? You have what it takes to get out of the midst of that destruction. But what happens if you don't have that spirit? Keep going.
All right, verse 30. It says, no, I'm going to start at verse 29. Least happy after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it. All that behold, it says, all that behold it began to mock him.
All right, so you gotta fill yourself in knowledge and wait on that ministry. All right, don't learn memorize a couple scriptures. Now you jumping out there talking about you an elder and you only been in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pace yourself. You gotta know what road to take in this truth, man. The road of righteousness. Go ahead.
And if just to add on real quick, Babaka Shaw, a lot of guys when they come into this thing, man, they get on the information interstate and they lose gas, man. They lose that steam. You know what I'm saying? And they get mad and start scoffing. Or even other brothers, because they don't know what that brother knows.
Or trying to compare themselves like another brother.
And that's retarded, because if you understand these scriptures, you will understand we are one body. So if the other brothers in our camp know more than I do, I know just as much as they do, because guess what? I can go to them for it. I can go to them for it. I'm like, hey brother, can you help break this down for me? What is that? That's charity. That's edifying. He says charity wiping away a multitude of sins. Go ahead.
Okay, instead of making your own information highway, you know what I'm saying, and coming up with new doctrines and new breakdowns, because you couldn't get you know what I'm saying, you let water out. You didn't like what the apostles and elders started from Apostle Tahar was teaching, man, on down. So you let the water out and felt like you knew everything. You know what I'm saying? And you created your own information about your own information highway.
He'll replicate.
Exactly. If you look at it, imagine the prophets had to go through the same thing. If you read the book of 2nd Ezra, the angel Uriel was telling them, yeah, it's the same vision that your brother Daniel had seen, but Daniel didn't get to see as much as you got to see. Do you think Daniel would have got jealous over Ezra's? Nah. Everybody gets their doses and portions, man. And you got to take what you got and ride it till the wheels fall off until we out of this place, man. If you got one brother that's awesome at the history, you can learn from that brother. You ain't got to try to be better than him at the history. If you got another brother that knows certain things, I was gonna go into something else. I ain't gonna do that. But y'all get where I'm coming from, because you can't get mad at the hand because it's not the foot. All the hand can do is be the best hand it can be, and the foot be the best foot it can be. That's it. Just like if you play football, you play wide receiver. You're not catching with your feet,
that's your life.
And you're not running with your hands. Your feet has its purpose to get you downfield. Your hands have that purpose, and your mind has a purpose to adjust your body to catch the ball at the highest point, to catch it, and take it in for the touchdown or having the play make go. All right, but all these body parts have to work together in order for it to become successful. It's the same thing dealing with these troops. If you try to buck up against the hand because you're the foot's going to be cut off. And another foot is going to grow in that place of that foot. Keep going here.
Any more precept?
All right, this is Lamentations 3:25. It says, the Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord.
And that's what you see the man out here doing, man. We patiently waiting for Yahawashi to return, man. You know, that's why we enduring. We doing all the things that come our way, man. And Yahawashi will that we endure the hour of temptation and all the things to come, Jacob's trouble. You know?
And now this take me back to Sirach chapter 2. All right? It says, verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Because we patiently waiting on Yahawashi. So for the ones that come in this truth, all right, and they begin to build, and then they stop building, stop putting their hand to the plow, and go back to the world, man. Hey, man, the Lord said, woe unto you that lost patience, man. All right, it's an end reward to you losing patience, which is you have to be destroyed, all right? Because why? You knew the Father will. So therefore, you're going to be beaten with many stripes, man. All right, the pestilence, the pestilence, all right, famine, all right, destruction, everything, man.
And taking that chip is not going to help you escape that. They still going to create genocide. That whole purpose is to get rid of the children of Israel, according to Psalms 83. So even if you take the chip, man, you're still going to be destroyed. That's not salvation.
Just to add on to that real quick, the Baruch Shah, what it said in the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse, what it was, 19. It said, a man shall flee from a lion and the bear shall meet him. So you're going to flee from the martial law troops. You know what I'm saying? And a damn wild animal might eat your ass up. Or you run into a house, you know what I'm saying? If somebody in there hungry and going to eat your ass alive.
Or you take that chip and you got one of the elect that's standing next to you, and the Most High put the spirit on him, you know what I'm talking about, to take all your food.
You take that chip and go home and get a paper cut. bleed out and shit.
I got a precept.
Lord, do some nasty shit.
Who you selling, bro?
Not like this. Not like this.
You take the chip.
It's fucking paper, man.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, a man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Start at 14.
It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
The scripture just say, woe unto the world and them that dwell in. You know, woe means destruction, death. Keep going.
And it says, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh.
That sword draw nigh. The one that was spoken about in St. Matthew chapter 10:34, where the Lord said he's not coming for peace, but with the sword. Keep on going about the show.
It says, and one people should stand up to fight against another and swords in their hands.
And you seen a glimpse of that, man. Look at over there and what it is, South Africa.